Hey there, this is Amelia, and today I will be reading and discussing the homily from January 11th from the Prologue, which was written by Bishop Nikolai Velimirovic and translated by Mother Maria. Homily on the gradualness of spiritual development. Quote, "Strong meat belongeth to them that are of full age, even those who by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil." End quote. So this will be a discussion of said quote from the Bible. Hebrews chapter 5, verse 14. Those who are fed on the milk of sensual judgment cannot easily differentiate between good and evil. They generally come to the conclusion that all faiths are of equal value, that sin is the indispensable shadow of virtue, and that evil is the necessary companion of good. A true Christian cannot come to these utterly mistaken conclusions, for a true Christian is a mature person who does not feed on milk, who is distrustful of sensuality, the value of enduring, and transient. To the Christian, surely, clear guidance is given by the revelation of God to distinguish between good and evil, but he has need of long and serious study to reach perfection, to be able to know in every given situation what is good and what is evil. His knowledge must move inward to his feelings to be reliable and unmistaken, and both good and evil seek to touch the heart of a person. It is therefore essential for him to be practiced in recognizing at once by the feelings of his heart what it is that approaches him, in just the same ways the tongue can immediately perceive the salt and the unsalted, the sweet and the sour. Let us strive each day and each hour to refine our hearts, that they may be able at all times to differentiate between good and evil. All that happens faces us with the question, what is good and what is evil? This is precisely why it does happen, solely in order that we may see what is good and determine on goodness. And we are put to such a test 100 times a day. He that hath eyes to see, let him see. O Lord, thou lover of mankind, warm our hearts with the good that is from thee. Bring us to our senses, Lord, that we may learn to distinguish good from evil. Strengthen us, O Master, that we may always cleave to good and cast away evil, to thy glory and our salvation. To thee be glory and praise forever. Amen. Okay, so let's go over the first part of this especially. Let me reread. Those who are fed on the milk of sensual judgment cannot easily differentiate between good and evil. Milk is considered, not in our church, but just basically is used here as a metaphor, as a weak kind of drink for the young and the feeble-minded, basically. And sensual judgment is what you feel with your senses and basically what you judge in your own mind. And so basically the people that rely only on themselves and only on their opinions cannot differentiate between the good and the bad. And this might sound a little bit strange because some things are pretty obvious, like to tell a lie is evil and to tell the truth is good. But what's not obvious is it really that bad to do whatever sin just because somebody else is doing it, or because everybody else is doing it, or because somebody said it's okay? No, it's not. And that's why you need to trust the church and trust God and what He teaches rather than trusting yourself. Okay, the next line. They generally come to the conclusion that all faiths are of equal value, that sin is the indispensable shadow of virtue, and that evil is the necessary companion of good. It is not necessary to be good and evil at the same time. Through hard practice and love for God, we can become fully good, just as He intended, which is such a beautiful and mystical thing. And not all faiths are of equal value. No faith is of equal value because they all believe different things, and just because all of them worship Christ doesn't mean that they aren't heretical or wrong, or go against the teachings of the first church and the true church, which is the Orthodox Church. And I think that that's all I'm going to read from the prologue today, but thank you so much for sticking around. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you another day. Bye.